Hello, my friends. It is Sunday morning. I hope this message finds you amazingly well. It is episode 131, and today we are talking about challenges of the week. And every single Sunday, by the way, if you are a first-time listener, every single Sunday we have a challenge of a week. The challenge of a week is designed to put you out of your comfort zone, but ultimately make your life better. Now, the great thing about today's challenge of a week, it doesn't put yourself out your comfort zone whatsoever. In fact, it probably does the opposite. However, it has massive results for your life, for every single aspect of your life. And I am testament to that. Well, kind of testament to that. I'll get into that in a minute. Kind of testament to that. Okay, so what we're talking about. Well, before I get onto that, can I just say, next week we have some amazing, amazing content. I've just designed the whole week out for content, and there's some superb episodes. Even if I do say so myself, I just realized when I was saying that, I was like, oh my God, Dean, you sound like you're bigging yourself up way too much. You have to stop it. But hopefully I can do the content justice, because I believe there's some amazing learning that we can do. We've got a great interview. We've got some absolutely phenomenal content starting tomorrow when we're talking about one mistake or one bad choice equals more bad choices. And I can't wait to go into that with you tomorrow, because that has to be the biggest takeaway of my week last week, my aha moment, if you like. And I can't wait to talk about it. Anyway, so today we are talking about the challenge of the week. And the challenge of the week for me to you is quite simple. Sleep more. That's it. Now, many of you will have noticed I've got an Aurora ring. And I'm not suggesting that everybody goes out and buys an Aurora ring, because they're about 300 quid, $300, $350 maybe, somewhere around there. But ultimately, it doesn't matter if you've got an Aurora ring or not. What I'm suggesting is that everybody looks and is aware of their sleeping pattern, how much sleep you are getting. Now, I'm one of these people who sleep, I don't need sleep. I can get up at 5 o'clock. I can go to bed at 11, 12. Just get on with it. Hustle. Not kind of hustle, because I don't want to be hustling all the time, because for me, being at home with my kids and stuff is really, really important. But I did believe, I was a great believer in getting up early, and I'm still a great believer of getting up early and getting things done, getting shit done. That's what I want to do. However, I read some books. Routine Machine, by the way, is another one. John, the author, is coming on the podcast as well. And I was talking to him. He's got 2 great books out. And he said to me, I was saying, look, what's a one needle mover for you? This is before the interview. This is just when we was talking on LinkedIn, on the telephone. And he said, the biggest needle mover is sleep. And the more podcasts I listen to, the School of Greatness is a fantastic podcast. Lewis, he was talking to some doctors and talking about sleep, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to listen to this, because I know I don't get enough sleep. I know I don't. And so I've been turning them off in the past. But recently, since Christmas, I've decided to listen to them more. And I've decided all of a sudden, it's just sunk in. I need more sleep. And so I bought an Aurora ring. Now, this Aurora ring, it tells you exactly your REM sleep, your deep sleep, how many times you wake up during the night, and what you've done good, what you've done bad. It even alerts you and tells you, Dean, you should be preparing for bed now. I'm like, bloody hell, it's only 7 o'clock at night. What do you mean preparing for bed? Anyway, it just makes you aware of your sleep patterns and how much sleep you are getting. And I was scoring, when I first got the ring, I was scoring in the 60s. And by the way, 80 is average. That's average. And I was scoring 60s. And I thought I felt okay. Just that's how I normally feel. I normally feel a bit tired, but you know what? I get through it. I get through it the best I possibly can do. And it's only since I've been trying to get a better score that I got up to 70s. It's still in the red zone. It's still saying that I should try harder. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to really try this next week. I'm going to try. And I hit 83s, I hit 82s, I hit 81s. 83 is my highest score, by the way. I'm still improving. But I have to say, I felt fantastic. And it is very hard. I've got a child, Zach. If you listen to this, Zach, I could strangle you in the morning. I don't, by the way, just so you know, everybody, I don't strangle him. I feel like it, but I don't. He can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and doesn't go back to sleep. And all he's doing is pretending he's Aguero on his bed scoring goals. Like, Aguero! I'm like, buddy, shut up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. He never sleeps past 5 o'clock. And so it's really difficult for us to get any sleep. Me and the wife, do you know what? When it's like 9 o'clock, we're done in because we've been up for so long. And so it's early to bed in our house most of the nights. And when you've got kids, when you've got young kids, it is hard. I'm aware of that. So if you have got young kids, I'm aware of it. I feel for you. But I'm just letting you know and trying to make you aware of your sleeping patterns, because I promise you, if you sleep well, and by the way, during this, wearing this Aurora ring, I've never got over 7 hours sleep. I think the highest, that's all a lie. I think the highest has been like 7 hours, 8 minutes, somewhere around there. But that is sleep time, because when you're in bed, you're not always sleeping. You wake up, you go for a toilet, you get into sleep time as well. And so you're not always sleeping. So the most I've slept is like 7 hours, and I still scored above average. And it was like last night, I scored, and I'm going to tell you, I'm looking, by the way, just so you know, if you're not looking on this on YouTube, I am actually looking at my Aurora score last night. Here it is. I got an 81. So last night I got 7 hours, 6 minutes, which was one of my biggest score ever. I was in bed from 9:54 to 6:44. Bit of a lie-in for me. So I was in bed a long time, but I only got 7 hours sleep. And this morning I felt tremendous, because 81, I'm not used to that. And for me, it's been the biggest takeaway. Waking up and not feeling tired, waking up and not wanting to get my phone and throw it across the room, because that's how I feel most of the time when I wake up. And I've kind of got used to dragging myself out of bed, because for me, getting up early, getting stuff done, that's what I like to do. And I never realized that there was another way. And so what I want you to do, my challenge of the week to you, is try to get at least 7 hours actual sleep. And so for me, that means I need to be in bed 9 hours, which is very, very difficult. Obviously, at this, I suppose 9 hours sleep is hard. It just means that for some reason, whatever it is, I know my sleeping patterns when I'm getting up in the middle of the night, looking after the kids, going for a toilet and stuff. I don't get back to sleep very easily, but I'm challenging you to get at least 7 hours sleep, because I promise you it will have massive effects, not only on your mood, but on your productivity. The next day, you feel so good. You get stuff done. This day, I've been so productive. I've got stuff done with the kids. I've enjoyed my time, and I've also felt more energetic. And so I promise you, if you start getting more sleep, your whole life can improve. You've got more energy. You're in a better mood. You're more productive. You're happier. It's a knock-on effect. Your body repairs itself while you're asleep. And I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I'm not going to pretend to be. And I wish I could regurgitate the facts and figures that I've been listening to recently. But all I'm going to sum it down to is sleep matters. It really does matter. And Dad, if you're listening to this, you need to get more sleep. I tried to get my dad an Aurora and he goes, I don't want one of those. It'll just make me feel bad because I don't get enough sleep. And I'm like, that's exactly the point, Dad. Anyway, so my challenge of a week for you today, it's been a long episode, I didn't mean it to take this long, is get more sleep. If you are having more than 7 hours sleep, kudos to you, my friends. But if you're not, and bearing in mind that just because you're in bed them hours, it doesn't mean you're necessarily sleeping. You know me and my sleep patterns. My sleeping patterns are terrible. I need to spend 9 hours in bed roughly to get 7 hours of sleep. So I'm awake 2 hours. God knows what I'm doing in those 2 hours. I'll probably listen to podcasts. That's my problem. I go to sleep, listen to podcasts. And anyway, that's a whole new story. But my challenge of a week to you, in all seriousness, is just try to be more aware of your sleep patterns. Try this week to get to bed early and get up early if you need to. Don't get up if you don't need to, but try and get at least 7 hours of actual sleep. And I am testimony to this, that you will feel amazing. It's an incredible feeling not to be tired. And I feel like it's a blessing that I've just started to learn this now and realize how important. I know people are going to be like, what do you mean? You didn't just realize how. I was stubborn. I was pig-headed. I didn't think I needed sleep because I was one of those people like Churchill who only needed 4 hours sleep. I can last on 4 hours of sleep, but guess what? Only 1 in 10,000 people is, I can't remember exactly the scientific, but only 1 in 10,000 people need less than 7 hours. And I'm definitely not one of them because I didn't realize how good you felt with sleep. Anyway, I don't want to go round and round in circles, but please, this week, challenge of a week, it's important. You will feel amazing if you get more sleep. Please let me know as well how it's gone. deanbooty@icloud.com. I would love to hear from you. And if you've got any questions, head on over to motivatedentrepreneurs.co.uk and there's a button there you can press. You can record a question and I can answer it on this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow's episode could be life-changing for you. And it's all about bad choices. One bad choice equals more bad choices. Oh, what a headline. Right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. And I will speak to you tomorrow. See you later and get some sleep.